I really love these meetings. They give us an opportunity to update people on what's been going on and what's coming up, and also to get your feedback on how the network can support you. And they're also really an important opportunity for our members to connect with one another, and of course to hear and ask questions about important research that's going on. It's been a really busy time for the network. It's been a busy time for everybody. Just some of the highlights. We don't really have time to tell you everything that I'd like to tell you about, because we've got such an exciting programme today. Just some of the highlights include that we've now established our lived experience advisory group and recruited Lisa Ward as our survivor lived experience involvement consultant. We've had a fantastic programme of webinars, the recordings of which you can find on our website. And we've been welcoming a wonderful group of early career researchers to a series of 6 grant writing and development workshops. So my name's Sian Oram. I am one of the co-directors of the Violence, Abuse and Mental Health Network, and I have a number of I'm leading a number of the items of the agenda today. Thankfully not all of them, but you'll be seeing quite a bit of me over the next couple of hours. We usually actually run these network meetings over the course of a day, but we recognise that this is absolutely not what people want when they're dialing into meetings remotely. So we've condensed the schedule to just over 2 hours, but nevertheless it's packed with some really great stuff. So we're going to start by answering some questions about our grant competition, which is currently live, and then we'll move on to tell you about our latest resource, which is the VAMHN data directory, just launched. At 20 to 11, we're going to move on to our first networking breakout. You're going to be sorted into breakout groups, and this is really to give you a chance to speak informally with other network members. We'll take a quick break after that, and then I'm going to be handing over to my colleague, Dr. Emma Howarth, who's our lead for year 3, and she's going to give you an overview of what's coming up over the next 12 months. We're then absolutely thrilled to be welcoming Professor Rachel Jukes to speak to the meeting. Professor Jukes is director of the What Works to Prevent Violence Global Programme. She's also the secretary of the amazing Sexual Violence Research Initiative, and she's going to be talking and taking questions about global strategies to reduce violence against women. We'll then have a final network meeting before closing for today. So before we move on to the grant question and answer session, I just really want to acknowledge that many of the participants in today's meeting will have been affected by violence, abuse and mental health difficulties. And just to ask everybody to be conscious of this throughout our interactions with each other today. Also just to say that if you need to step away from the meeting at any time, please of course do. The recording will be available to you after the event, and if you decide to log out of the webinar, you should be able to dial back in using your original link. So onto the grant competition.